Hi everyone, my name is Leomie Anderson and I wanted to say thank you so much to Forbes DACH for having me as part of this year's Women's Summit. Now, I must admit, when I saw the lineup, I did feel a little bit apprehensive because I'm on a lineup with these amazing women, CEOs, people who have been in business for 10 plus years. I thought to myself, what could I possibly teach an audience of young women and men about business that these individuals couldn't do 10 times better than I could. But I began looking back on my journey in business and realized that one thing that you guys can learn from me is from my mistakes. I am the queen of learning as I go along, and I've made many mistakes in business that I want to share with you guys today. And the fact that if I had tried to seek out a female mentor much earlier on in my journey in business, maybe I wouldn't have made some of these mistakes. Now, I founded LAPP in 2016 because one of my followers messaged me asking me to write a piece on consent and the pressures that young girls are under to send explicit images of themselves. Now, at the time, I had my own personal blog called Crack China Cup, and I would cover modeling, fashion, beauty, personal style, that kind of thing. I'd never once spoken about anything that was really serious or really important to my heart, I guess, or to my followers' heart. But when I put it out there, it went viral, and it was kind of the birth of LAPP because I realized how important it was to share your stories, to share your perspectives, and it was a feeling that I wanted to transfer to other women as well. So I founded LAPP the brand in 2016. It's both an athleisure brand and a platform where women can write about anything, be it sex, mental health, politics, relationships, anything, as long as you're a self-identifying woman. So it started off mainly focusing on the blog side, but then I realized that I really wanted to develop the clothing side and not just have like printed hoodies and t-shirts and things. I wanted to really do cut and sew design. And I had no idea what I was doing. I didn't know how to find factories. I didn't know anything about line sheets, CADs, any of that. So when someone came to me saying that they wanted to help me with my business, I was just all for it. I didn't even know what questions to ask. I didn't even know what red flags to look for or any of that. I was just so happy that someone saw my potential in business, and I just put my blinders on, and I didn't even think that maybe there was a chance that this wasn't going to work out. The person and I became really good friends. I really appreciated that he believed in my business. However, I realized quite early on that maybe something wasn't going right. I didn't know much about business, and I wasn't even trying to research it properly because I just put my faith in this person. But I realize now, looking back, that it shouldn't be taking a year to make samples, that I shouldn't be doing things in a certain particular way. But I thought that this person was really interested in helping me grow my business and teaching me the ropes that actually I'd never considered that maybe they weren't as knowledgeable as I thought that they were. But at the time, because I was new to business and I was actually really scared of taking control of a lot of aspects of business. I hate numbers. I don't know how to use Excel. I just wanted to design, do marketing, create the product. You know, I didn't think that I needed to get to grips on the business side as long as I found someone who was willing to do that aspect for me. But that was one of the very first mistakes that I made. Now looking back, I wish that I had tried harder to get a grasp on the business side of things much sooner, because I feel like I would not have gotten myself so deeply invested in a bad situation, and also got myself in a situation where my brand just wasn't growing. Now, that relationship ended after about a year, not on the best of terms, but you know, I learned a lot of things. But me being me, and me just being a typical blind fool in the business world, I jumped straight into another bad business relationship. And the reason why I ended up jumping so quickly from one bad situation into another was because I started to feel pressure from the outside world, who was starting to see that my brand was being seen on like cool people. You know, I had Rihanna wearing my brand. I had all these influencers wearing my brand. And to the outside world, LAPP was growing, it was popping, it was doing its thing. But on the back end, I was literally throwing money at something that I didn't even really understand how to make work. I just come out of a really bad business relationship, and I just entered into another one. And I entered into that because I didn't want anybody to see any sort of inconsistency in my brand. When now, anybody who's watching this, take your time. If you get into a situation where you feel that you need to take a break with your brand, really just do it, because honestly, I just ended up jumping into a really bad situation. Now, anyway, with this new situation I entered into, this guy made me feel like I wasn't doing anything right. He made me feel like the factories that I'd found on my own weren't good enough. He made me feel that without him, my brand wasn't going to be successful, and that he had all this knowledge that nobody else in the world had, and that I should feel lucky that he wants to work with me. When in reality, I realized quite quickly this time that there was a bunch of red flags, and that this guy was really only interested in making a profit from me, or just saw me as a silly model who wanted to start a brand who he could just really just make quick money off of. And again, I thought that him telling me that I didn't know what I was doing and that he would take control of it, that it was going to be fine, and that the business was going to grow because he had all this professional expertise. When in reality, I wish that I had explained how this man made me feel in the early stages of of us working together to a female mentor, because they would have said, this isn't right. But fast forward to now, I have an amazing team of mainly women around me who I've built trust with, who I know I can pick up the phone to and ask even the silliest of questions. One of my mentors, one of the key people who I go to in business, has to be Emma Greedy, who is the co-founder of Good American with Khloe Kardashian. She's British, she's spunky, she's smart, and she walks in a room and she just owns it. And she's the type of person that I'm so thankful to have close to me, because I can literally email her, text her, drop her a line and ask her even the most silliest of questions, or say, I don't know what the hell this is, can you explain it to me? And she will be there for me. And she doesn't even know this, but she actually stopped me from making a very, very, very big mistake yet again, simply because, you know, I asked her if someone should be charging this percent for XYZ, and she was like, no, you know. But before, I would have just blindly just gone into that and been like, oh, I'm guessing this is right, because sometimes when you're searching for things online, you can't find the exact answer that you're looking for. So my advice to any young women who are watching this is, find somebody in your field who inspires you, find someone in your industry that inspires you, and figure out a way to get in contact with them, or just find a way to follow and research how they got to where they are. Go on LinkedIn, use LinkedIn. LinkedIn is your friend. Message these individuals on there, because actually there are a whole leap of women out there who do want to see other women win. And I guess you have to remember that having a mentor is something that is very much encouraged amongst men, but I feel like it's still quite new in early stages for women. So you do have to do the work and actively seek out these individuals. And don't be afraid to say that you don't know something, because I'm the first person to go on Twitter and say, guys, I need help with XYZ. Who do you know who can do that? And I'll go out and meet people. I'll go and say, I don't know what it is. Can you explain it to me? I'll do phone calls, Zooms, whatever it takes now to understand every aspect of business. I really do try my best. So my advice to you guys out there is to just understand that all the fun stuff is cute, the Instagram, the photos, the marketing, the this and that, that's all cute, but that's not what makes a successful business. What makes a successful business is the back end, the foundation, and making sure that everything is tight, because you can have an amazing moment as a clothing brand. You can go viral and be seen on all these celebrities, but if your business side is not up to par, you will not be able to take full advantage of that moment. You will not be able to take full advantage of the opportunities that are put in front of you, and next minute that moment is gone, and you'll be wondering why, and you'll only have yourself to blame for simply putting your head in the sand when it came to the nitty-gritty and the numbers and the business of running a brand. So don't be like me, don't be like Leomie and be like la 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 la. No, take a breather and say, I may not be the best at this, I may not know exactly what I'm doing, but I'm not afraid to step out there and find somebody who will help me and find somebody who really does have my best interest as a female businesswoman at heart. I hope this talk has been really, really beneficial to you guys, and I hope that I'm going to get a few messages from you guys saying that you need some advice, because I am one of those individuals who wants to see other women win. So yeah, I really hope that this talk has been a little bit inspirational to you, and I want you to understand that at every stage of business that there is something that you can learn, and at every stage of business there's chances that you can fall over, you can want to give up, you can have your brand nearly snatched from your fingertips. But if you believe in yourself, you believe in your drive, and you believe in your business and your business plan, you'll be okay. And you can look flipping fabulous while doing it too. No, I'm kidding. But honestly, guys, I hope that you reach out to me, and I hope that you found even just a little tidbit of inspiration from watching me. And again, thank you so much, Vogue DACH, for having me as part of this year's Women's Summit. Thank you, guys. Bye.